Mr. Sledge, are you a part of a gang called YSL?
YSL is not a gang.
I am asking you specifically, are you a part, or have you ever been a part of a gang called YSL?
Objection, asked and answered.
Overruled.
And I asked you and told you YSL is not a gang.
And we are back. Thank everybody for watching this video today. Go ahead and hit that like button, y'all. You know that it helps us out a lot. And of course it helps you because it helps us. Today we're going to get into a video of different YSL members and affiliates talking about whether or not YSL is a gang. Y'all know that tomorrow the trial is back on. There's going to be no jury tomorrow, okay? But there's going to be a bunch of motions going back and forth, and we may see a mistrial, we may not, so we'll have to wait and see. But what I notice is that at the center of this entire trial right now is whether or not YSL is a gang. So what I want you to do is just look at how the different members or the different affiliates of YSL describe YSL and whether or not it's a gang. And also keep in mind that different people, everybody that you're going to see today, you want to keep in mind, did they have a plea deal or didn't they have a plea deal? Are they under the thumb of the prosecution or not? And that's going to weigh in on how they respond. The first guy, right, Trontavious Stevens, this guy is like terrified to even say anything wrong. You can tell he does not want to go back to prison. So what we're going to do is we're going to shoot into these different responses to whether or not YSL is a gang. So without further ado, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and let's get into it.
Dates, don't.
You don't have to be precise. You can talk about generally. When did it begin? We know the picture was in 2014. Is that fair? Had to be before then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pictures in 2014.
So generally, what year?
Probably a year or two prior. I can't recall the exact date.
Right. And where is it that, since you were able to name the other founders, where is it that you all were when you all founded this group?
That's more than 10 years. I don't know. I'm sorry. I ain't been non-responsible. I don't recall.
And since you're one of the original founders, would you tell the jury just how it came about?
So at the time, we was going through like a phase with the whole rock crew gang ordeal. And decided that wasn't the approach we wanted to take anymore. So the rock crew gang was known for like committing crimes and like being a gang. We was trying to take a different approach. We had a passion for music. We often listen to music, love music. So we said, hey, we're gonna change the narrative and try to do something positive by create a music organization.
A music organization.
Yeah, at the time, go back to that statement I made to those detectives. I wasn't telling them, hey, is this being irresponsible? I mean, so I wasn't telling them, hey, I'm not committing crimes. I'm under the name Rock Crew, or gangbang up under the name Rock Crew no more. I'm committing crimes up on the YSL, and gangbang up on the YSL. That wasn't my direction with the statement I was making. I was trying to tell them, hey, kind of trying to put that Rock Crew narrative behind me and switch it up to something positive. And at that time, it was like a window open for us to like do music. So that's the approach. In that initial statement, I said, hey, we're no longer going by that. We got a music situation going on, stand for Young Slime Life. We even go by saying that it's young, successful living, trying to put the whole Rock Crew gangbanging narrative behind us and take a different approach.
Let's break that apart a little bit, okay? You said you referenced the whole Rock Crew gang ordeal. What ordeal?
Being known for Rock Crew and gangbanging and committing crimes.
And that was all three founders' intent to put that whole Rock Crew gang ordeal behind you?
Some of the founders wasn't even a part of the Rock Crew whole thing. That was their way of grasping me, saying, hey, let's do something different. Why you got the chance to?
You mentioned the statement that you gave to the detectives. I am going to show you state's uniform once more and ask you to read number 6 under defendant's factual acknowledgments on page 3. Would you read it verbatim?
Defendants advised law enforcement that YSL originally stood for Young Slime Life, but the group began calling itself Young Successful Lifestyle after Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, signed a record deal.
Okay.
That's what I just.
So, why did you change the name after he signed a record deal?
So, Young Slime Life sounded more suitable to like listening ears. I mean, truth be told, that's what people want to hear. And once you get in and kick the door down, you can like change the situation on how people look at you. But initially, they won't. You know, Slime Life. But once you, yeah.
You said they want Young Slime Life. What about Young Slime Life was it that you believed people wanted?
Most said I have 97 days to live. If I ain't dead in 97 days, they gonna shoot a Mechanicsville until they kill me. The word come back to me. Moonson seen somebody downtown. They were If gang. He's like, damn, what up with y'all? What y'all got going on? Niggas like, it was a misunderstanding, bro. They made it seem like we come to get everybody. We beefing with the whole If gang. Nah, it's just Kel and everybody up under Kel, and they all beefing with me.
But I would post up in the middle of my neighborhood every day.
Okay. Were you all beefing with the whole If gang?
I don't recall.
And when you say we were beefing with the whole If gang, were you talking about YSL?
I'm from Canterville.
And then you also continue to say that the Inglewood family people were also mad at Little D because he used to be Inglewood. And when he got in, strike that. You also continue to say that Inglewood was mad at Little D as well, correct?
I don't recall.
And that when Little D got jumped by MDC, they laughed at him because they thought YSL should have helped him out in the club.
YSL is not a game. So y'all keep trying to attach it to things that go on. If YSL was a game and you saying that I was Billy Blood and the D was If game, how the hell, excuse my language, how would all of us be YSL if we all supposed to be this and that and that. It don't make sense. If you're a gang, you only gonna be one thing.
Doesn't YSL have both blood and Crip gang members?
YSL is a record label.
Were you ever signed to YSL as a record label?
Y'all keep locking me up.
Were you ever signed to YSL as a record label?
No,
When you got out of jail and you were doing your rap videos, were you signed to YSL?
I was signed to somebody else.
Okay, so you've never been on YSL record label, correct?
Okay.
Okay. So when we're talking about you was Billy Blood, but now I'm with Thug and then I'm YSL. Billy Blood is not a record label, correct?
But when you're speaking on gang,
Is Billy Blood a record label?
All right, well, he didn't seem to be answering. Go ahead and answer the question that's on the floor.
Is Billy Blood a record label?
I don't know what Billy Blood is.
So when she asked
Saying it wrong?
she asked you was Billy Blood, you said I was, but
I'm talking to the police, so I don't recall where I don't say it to them. But when you're trying to say gang, it's a difference. When you put the gang on things, you go into where I was. I was a 30 deep gang member. You can't say I was a YSL gang member. YSL was never considered a gang. Y'all making it a gang.
when you responded, I didn't go back to Inglewood because I hang with Thug and I'm YSL. Did you say I'm part of YSL, the record label?
So listen. It's not a gang. You know what I mean? It don't matter how y'all try to put it, how y'all trying to see it. A gang is these people right here, everybody right here, and everybody. You can't put Crips and Bloods together and say that this is a gang. Because if the Crips and Bloods get into it and everybody that's saying that, you know, they YSL, they got to pick what they going to choose. You can't say, like when I was down the road and then people like, oh, this Woody, he be with Young Thug, such. And the Blood's like, well, he not Blood. And then the Crips like, well, this. So when they get in, it don't make sense. Y'all got to get that. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all in here trying to make something more than what it is. It's not.
Is Duke a Crip?
I don't know. Ask Duke.
I'm asking you.
I don't recall.
Okay. And is Duke a part of YSL?
Ask Duke.
I'm asking you.
But we speaking on gang.
I asked you a simple question. Is Duke a Crip?
I don't know. I'm not a Crip. Never was.
That's not what I asked you.
I can't tell you who's a Crip and who's a Blood.
Do you know if Duke is a Crip?
I know I'm a civilian.
Overruled.
Do you know if Duke is a Crip?
I don't recall.
Shout out to Thugger Daily for pointing this out. On his TikTok, we have Duke Martinez Arnold. This is Ashley Merchant's client. He says YSL is not a gang and never been a gang, fool. YSL is a registered LLC and has provided countless jobs and opportunities for underprivileged black people and really just all people, because that's how big Thug Heart is. So Duke says YSL is not a gang. We will see what he says if he has to testify. We'll see how he describes YSL from the stand. But from his TikTok, he says YSL is not a gang.
So I can really, really understand that one.
Did you testify that you began working as head of security for Mr. Williams, starting with his rodeo tour?
Yes, in 2015.
Right. Thank you, because that was my next question. Was it in 2015? So before then, did you work for Mr. Williams doing anything?
No.
Okay. And before then, did you work for or with Mr. Kendrick doing anything?
I never worked for or with Mr. Kendrick.
Okay. And before then, did you ever work either for or with Mr. Stillwell doing anything?
No. It don't make any sense to ask the same thing. I told you already I did never work for Kendrick or Stillwell. Why would you ask the same question?
I understand your frustration, but I'm asking you for the jury's sake.
I'm
okay?
not frustrated.
All right. Oh. Okay. And I understood you saying you didn't work for them. Did you ever work with either of those people before 2015? Mr. Sledge, are you going to answer?
I don't answer that question.
Okay. So I take it the answer is no? You never worked with them before 2015?
No, I already answered that question.
Thank you. Mr. Sledge, are you a part of a gang called YSL?
YSL is not a gang.
I am asking you specifically, Are you a part, or have you ever been a part of a gang called YSL?
Objection, asked and answered.
Overruled.
And I asked you and told you YSL is not a gang.
Then if you could say yes or no.
No.
Have you ever been a part of a gang called YSL?
I just said no.
Would you please tell the jury if you know whether YSL has 3 or more members or associates?
You said, do they have 3 or more associates?
Let's start with members. Does YSL have 3 or more members?
Working members?
Does the organization, we'll call it, have 3 or more associates?
What you mean by associate?
What do you understand associates to mean?
I don't understand what it means.
We'll come back to associates.
Right.
Do the 3 or more members of YSL that you are aware of share any common identifiers?
What you mean by identifier? You gotta be more specific when you asking the question.
Of course. Colors. Do the 3 or more members of YSL typically tend to wear the same colors?
We wear all type of colors. They wear all type of colors.
Is that a yes or is that a no?
I can't answer yes or no to that question because they wear all type of colors. You said they have Pacific color?
Do they wear any particular colors? Yes. That represents YSL.
No, not that I know of.
Okay. What about hand signals? Do the 3 or more members of YSL that you know of share any common or use any common hand signals?
Have I seen 3 or more of them use the hand signal?
My question is, do the 3 or more members of YSL that you just referenced, do they use common hand signals?
Yes.
Tell the jury about the common hand signals they use.
What you mean?
You just said yes.
I'm
Did
saying,
you not?
What you mean? I can't explain to you the hand signal, but I know it if I see it.
Can you show the jury?
I can't show them.
Why not?
It's not an individual handshake.
I didn't ask you about a handshake.
That's what you said.
No, I said hand signals.
Oh, I don't see use all type of signals. I don't know.
Would you tell the jury which ones that you do know of?
I only know of one.
What one do you know of?
You throw the Y, the S, and the L up.
Show the jury how to do that, please.
Like that.
I'm sorry, I missed it. And where is the Y, the S, and the L in what you just held up?
I don't know. I can't tell you. I just seen the hand signal be thrown.
Would you please hold that up and hold it for a second?
Could you see it?
How do you know that that is a YSL if you don't know where the Y, the S, and the L are?
I don't know where it's at. I just don't see it sitting. I never even try to figure out why the SL is.
Then how do you know that it stands for YSL?
Because I don't see it throwed up numbers of places.
How does that tell you that it stands for YSL?
I don't know, Ms. Love.
You don't know?
No.
How long have you seen that hand signal being used?
I don't know how many years have I seen it being used.
When would you say the first time you can recall seeing it being used is?
When he started saying he was going to have his own label called YSL.
When you say when he, who are you referring to?
And that's what Jeffrey Williams' label is, YSL.
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you, that's his label. YSL label.
Do you know an approximate year that you first saw that hand signal being used?
No, I don't remember.
Do you know when it is that Defendant Williams established a record label called YSL?
He been saying it for years. That's what he wanted his label to be, but I don't know exactly what year that it was officially copyrighted, if that's the right word.
Are you familiar with a young man by the name of Trontavious Stevens?
Yes.
What do you call him?
Slug, tick, what?
Okay. And how long have you known Tick or Slug?
A long time, too. I can't tell you exactly how many years, but I've been knowing him a long time, too.
Generally around what year did y'all meet?
I probably say around the same time I met Mr. Williams.
And under what circumstances did you meet?
In the park.
Okay. Who introduced you to Mr. Stevens?
Nobody introduced me. I was come around, and once they started saying names, I started remembering names. Once they started calling each other names, I started remembering names.
Who is the they that started calling each other names?
People in the park.
And so who were some of those people?
Jeffrey would call him Slug. You had a couple of more people.
So is it fair to say that you met Mr. Stevens through Defendant Williams?
I wouldn't say I met him through, because Jeffrey Williams never came to me and said, well, this Slug and this T. So I didn't meet him through Jeffrey Williams.
Okay.
I met him just being around.
Okay. And did you ever hang out with Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
How often did you hang out with Mr. Stevens?
Not often.
And how would you describe your relationship with Mr. Stevens when you first met him?
Me and Mr. Stevens had a great relationship, but we didn't hang around each other like that.
Has anything happened to sour your relationship with Mr. Stevens?
No.
Okay. Is there anyone within YSL that you do not have a great relationship with?
No.
Okay. To your knowledge, who all is a member of YSL?
What you mean by a member?
Well,
You gotta be more.
earlier, did you testify that YSL has 3 or more members?
Yeah, I said business-wise.
And what did you mean when you testified it has 3 or more members? What definition did you have in mind when you gave that testimony?
Is this against the law to be a member of?
Now, Mr. Sledge, I'm curious about something. Did you hear me at any time bring up a crime?
I say is this against? I never said you brought up a crime. Ask the question.
Why did you ask me that question?
Because I want to know specific what you're trying to get at. Or could you just get on that what you're trying to get at?
Would you please tell the jury what difference the answer to your question makes as it pertains to what 3 or more members of YSL you know about?
You said 3 or more members I know about.
Yes. My last question was, why did you ask me, is it against the law to be a member?
I already told you 3 members I knew.
Thank you. Would you please name those 3 members that you know?
Stevenson, William, and Kendrick.
Okay. Now, would you tell the jury why you asked me, is it against the law to be a member?
I was asking you a question like you asked me a question.
I hear you. I'm
No
asking,
reason.
do you
No
understand
reason.
that?
I don't have a reason why I asked you that question.
Okay. Did you want me to answer it?
I would like you.
Your Honor, I believe that the witness's reasons for any of the responses that he gives to my questions are relevant, especially when they come in the form of that type of question.
That's not an objection. Just ask your question.
Okay. Did you want me to answer the question?
No, you don't have to answer. Go on with your other question.
Earlier, you testified that Mr. Williams was around 15 when you met him.
Yes, 15, 16, one of them.
Would it be fair to say you met him around 2006, 2007 then?
No. Mr. Williams is what, 33 and I'm 43? So I met him 2009, I remember, because I just got out of prison.
Okay. Did you meet him at the park too?
Yes.
Okay. And did you meet his mom, dad, and sisters after you met him or before?
After.
And was that just going to his house and stuff like that?
Me and Jeffrey Williams hung together, so that's how.
How often did you all hang together, as you put it?
When we was younger?
Start there, please.
A lot.
How do you describe a lot?
Every other day, every day. What?
Did you consider him your best friend?
No, I don't have a best friend.
Was he as close as you get to having a best friend?
I looked at him as a little brother.
Okay. Is it fair to say you loved him?
Why not?
I don't know why not. I'm just
Yes, I love him.
Okay. Do you feel the same way about Mr. Stillwell
Yes.
and Mr. Kendrick?
Yes.
Do you feel the same way about anyone else in this courtroom today?
I don't have a problem with anyone in this courtroom.
Understood. Do you love anybody else in this courtroom today?
You're supposed to love everyone in the world.
I agree. Do you specifically love anyone else in this courtroom?
I can answer. I don't have a problem with anyone in this courtroom. I can't tell you that I love anyone else because I never had a personal relationship with them.
Okay. Do you love Demekion Garlington?
Yes.
Do you love Quindarius Zachary?
Yes.
Do you love Kenneth Copeland?
Yes.
All right. Do you love them all, the ones that you said you love? Do you love them all equally?
Yes.
Are you equally as close with one as you are the other of those people that you love?
No.
Who are you closest with?
Sustained.
Would you tell the jury of those 3 or more members of YSL that you described, if there is any particular language that they have in common or that they use, other than average run-of-the-mill English?
Could you repeat your question?
Yes. Of the 3 or more members of YSL that you know of, is there any particular language or words that they use that is besides the run-of-the-mill common English language you'd find in a dictionary?
Objective run of the mill you find in the dictionary? Nobody speaks like a dictionary.
Overruled.
I can't say because the whole world is speaky bunny, so I can't, like you said, in a dictionary. I wouldn't know what's in a dictionary. I don't look in a dictionary.
Okay.
So I don't know if the word you're looking for in the dictionary or it's not in the dictionary.
The word slime. Have you heard of the word slime?
They got a whole place called slime. They got a slime event. So, yeah, I don't heard the word slime. You got a play thing that you could take your kids to for the slime thing. So, yes, I have heard that word.
Have you heard members of YSL call each other slime?
I done heard people not YSL call each other slime.
That's okay. Have you heard members of YSL
Yes.
call each other
Yes.
slime? Now, have you called members of YSL slime?
Yes.
Now, when you called members of YSL slime, were you talking about that big old play thing that kids play on?
Miss Love, come on now. We ain't gonna.
Jury doesn't know.
We're not.
So you have to be
Of
clear.
course, I know they know. They no different from me and you. Come on, that ain't no question.
Tell the jury what you were referring to when you called
I wasn't
people.
referring to the play thing.
Okay. So what significance does the word slime have?
It's just a slang word we use towards each other.
And when you say we, who are you talking about?
The whole world, not just the Pacific people. The whole world. I call people slime that I don't even know. People be walking down the street, be like, "What's up, slime?"
And when you use it, what do you mean?
It's just a slang word for the streets.
How do you what does it mean though?
I don't know the meaning of it. The whole world, I guess it's slime like it, what it meant for itself, slime. The whole world slime to me.
So are you able to tell us anything about what you feel it means?
I feel it means no one can be trusted. That's what I feel.
Fair enough. And is that a phrase that members of YSL, I'm not talking about the whole world, just members of YSL, uses amongst themselves?
Why you want to say they just use amongst themselves when I just said the whole world use? You try to make it seem like it's just about them using it when it's not just them using it.
Understood. But I still have to know, is that a word that members of YSL use amongst themselves?
I don't know how to answer that question because I thought I already answered.
Are you the only member of YSL that uses the word slime?
No.
Okay.
That's a better question.
Thank you. Who else within YSL have you heard use the word slime?
The ones I've been around.
Who in this courtroom have you heard use the word slime?
Jeffrey, yeah, Stillwell.
Are they the only ones?
Yeah, because I never had another conversation with anyone like that.
Thank you. Now, would you please tell the jury who you know within YSL who have committed crimes intended to increase the street rep of YSL?
I don't know anyone that try to increase YSL. I don't know anyone try to increase YSL.
Did you understand my question?
You said, could you repeat it?
Yes. Would you please tell the jury what members of YSL you know who have committed crimes to increase the street rep of YSL?
I can't really say
Why not?
because I don't know anyone in this courtroom have committed a crime.
Fair enough. Any member of YSL that you know of who has committed crimes to increase the street reputation of YSL?
Could you put your question, could you make it better where I can understand what you're saying?
Who do you know that has committed a crime for YSL?
For YSL?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Okay. So who do you know who has committed a crime to boost the reputation of YSL?
Nobody.
Who do you know? Do you know what the word notoriety means?
No.
Do you know what notorious means?
No.
When I say street credibility, do you know what that means?
I have an idea of what you're saying about credibility.
What is your idea of what I'm saying about street credibility?
Like basically they commit crimes to try to boost the name up of YSL.
Okay.
But I don't think that was the case.
Okay. Now, you're saying that you know of no one within YSL who has ever committed a crime to increase the notoriety, street credibility, or reputation of YSL?
Well, I'm not saying that I don't know a person that claimed YSL had committed a crime, but I'm saying they didn't do it in the name of YSL.
Now, thank you for clarifying, but my question is, who do you know that has committed a crime to increase either the notoriety, the street credibility, or the reputation of YSL?
I don't think it was for the reputation or the street credibility of YSL. I just think the crimes were committed by what happened to them and they did it on their own. I don't think it was because of YSL, if that's what you're getting at.
I'm not. I'm asking you only what I specifically said.
I don't know the answer to that question.
After leaving high school, is that when you started your music career?
During high school, like my last year in high school, or like 11th grade or something. I didn't get serious till after high school, though.
You said you didn't get serious until after high school?
Yeah.
And that was around that 2018 year we just talked about?
Yeah.
Okay. As you were growing up in the Cleveland Avenue area, did you ever hear of a gang called Rock Crew?
I heard of it growing up. I didn't know if it was a gang or what it was, but yeah, I know what it is.
Mm-hmm. And how did you know about Rock Crew?
Because they had popular songs.
What were some of their songs that they had that were popular?
I don't know by heart right now.
Okay.
I just knew, like, there was the music back then.
Do you know who were some of the artists who were with Rock Crew?
One of them, Big Boo.
And he was he performing as a hip hop artist?
Yeah.
Anyone else?
There was some younger people too, like my friends and stuff.
Who are some of the younger people?
They locked up or dead.
Do you have names of some of those individuals?
Let me see. My partners who locked up right now, Twin, they used to rap.
Do you know their given name or
Their first and last name?
or their first name?
Nah.
Anyone else outside of Twin?
Rudy. He rapped too back then when we was younger.
Anyone else you can think of?
As of right now, yeah, that's it, I think.
Now, you just spoke about Big Boo. Did you know his given name?
His real name? No.
Okay. And did you have your own personal relationship with Big Boo?
Yeah, when I got older.
Now, did there come a time when you were younger that some members of Rock Crew began calling themselves YSL?
Mm-hmm.
You said, mm-hmm?
You asking me that? Or you what?
I'm asking you.
Can you say it again?
Sure. As you got older, were there members of Rock Crew who then became members of YSL?
Yes.
Who were those some of those individuals?
Everybody, because YSL music took off and rock crew music died, or just, I don't know, Boo got old, so I don't know.
So who were some of these people? You're saying everybody. So who's the everybody who was a part of the music?
Basically everybody from my neighborhood.
So everybody from your neighborhood was doing music?
There's a lot of people from doing music from my neighborhood though, but not everybody was doing music though. I'm just saying like everybody in the whole, all the people that were rapping or doing music or supported the music was on some YSL stuff now. Like it wasn't rapping Rock Crew or under that name.
Okay. So tell me some of the people that we're talking about.
Me, myself.
Okay.
My friends who I just told you about. Jeffrey. I can't think of everybody's name.
And what does YSL stand for?
It has multiple meanings.
Tell me some of the meanings.
I say it has multiple meanings, definitions, or what it stands for.
So tell me some of the meanings.
Young stoner life, young slime life, young successful lifestyle. I think that's all I can remember right now.
So let's talk about young stoner life.
Mm-hmm.
When do you distinguish between young stoner life, young slime life, and young successful lifestyle?
You said when? Did I?
Yeah, how do you distinguish between the two? When do you use young stoner life versus young slime life?
Slime part is just like the lingo of it. Like, or just call each other or something. You wouldn't call your friend or something like, stoner, what's up, stoner? We just say like, what's up, slime or something. So that's how I think young slime life is used. Young stoner life, from what I know, was I'm just saying like a way of life as far as music. I mean, not the music, but like getting high or like a hippie or I don't know.
And outside of the music, is YSL a gang?
You said outside of the music?
Yes, sir.
Some people treat it like that.
What do you treat it as?
I treated it that way before.
You treated it as a gang before?
Yeah.
Okay. When did you stop treating it as a gang?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know.
You said you don't remember. And when you say you treated it as a gang, what do you mean?
I don't really know. I never thought about that. I don't know how to answer that.
How old were you when you joined YSL, the gang?
Can you tell me what you mean by like join? Like, are you talking about?
What would you consider joining?
No, I'm saying like, do you mean join like, cause you know like to get in the gang, you join the gang, like you get beat up or something like that.
How did you become a member of YSL?
My music got popping and I became a known face in my neighborhood. And I started coming around and going to studios and stuff.
So was that how you became a part of the gang YSL, or that's how you became affiliated with the music of YSL?
I'm gonna say that's how I became affiliate of the music of YSL. But as far as joining a gang or something like that, I never like joined. We just all grew up together. There was no time to join or when I joined. We just all know each other from school and grew up together and stuff like that. But I mean, I came around like 2019 or 18, one of those years, when I came around as far as like officially being YSL.
How do you become officially YSL?
Just coming around more and rapping.
Is everyone that is affiliated with, and I'm talking specifically the gang YSL, rappers?
Some people.
But not everyone?
Some people rap. A lot of people rap, but everybody doesn't take it serious. Some people just rap because they want to rap, because they want to follow the trend.
I definitely understand that, but I want to ask specifically, is everyone who's a part of YSL a gang trying to rap or rappers?
Can you say it again?
Sure. Is everyone who is a part of YSL the gang rapping or try to be rappers?
I don't know. I think so. Everybody try to rap.
Is there anyone in YSL, the gang, who's not trying to rap?
Yeah. I think.
Now I'm going to ask if you know a few people, okay? Do you know Marquavius Huey?
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you know him?
I didn't know his real name until this trial, but how do I know him? Me and his little brother went to school together. Me and his little brother was in the same class. And I always just knew he had a big brother named Quay. And seen him a couple times, stuff like that.
And is that what you called him, Quay?
Yeah, I think that's what his name used to be back then.
Okay. And you said you went to school with his little brother. Do you know how old he is, Quay?
Quay? How old he is?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Did you ever used to hang out with Quay?
When?
At any time?
Not growing up. He came to the studio with me a couple times. That's it. We never hung out outside of the studio.
When did you start seeing him around the studio? If we're in 2024, how long ago was that?
I don't know. I can't remember the exact date.
And do you see him in the courtroom today?
Yeah.
Okay. If you could just identify him by article of clothing he's wearing.
You said identify what?
Identify him by article of clothing he's wearing.
He next to the lawyer with the brown. I think he got on brown too.
Okay. Thank you. Your Honor, let the record reflect that he's identified Mr. Huey.
Yes, they reflect.
Do you know another individual by the name of Quamarvius Nichols?
Yeah.
Or another Quay?
Mm-hmm.
Is that yes?
Yes.
And how long have you known Quay?
I knew him longer, I think, since I was a kid. We didn't hang though, but I just knew who he was. I was younger than him though.
And do you have a friendship or a relationship with him?
Not a strong bond, but we know each other.
And do you see him here today?
No, actually. Oh, yeah, I see him now.
And you identify him as well?
I can't see what he got on. He just got the dreads up.
Okay.
In the air.
And, all right. Is he towards the back of the room, the front of the room, or somewhere
the
else?
back.
Is he sitting in between anyone?
Yeah, I think his lawyer.
Your Honor, let the record reflect that he's identified.
It's really not. That could be a couple of different people.
There's two lawyers right there. He right there, and there's a lady next to him on the left side of him.
Right now, let the record
All
reflect.
right. It'll say reflect.
Do you know someone named Shannon?
Yes.
And do you call him Shannon?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you call him anything else or just Shannon?
I think I just say Shannon.
All right.
I don't know.
How long have you known Shannon?
I don't remember. I don't remember when I met him.
Is it longer than you've known Quay, the two Quays?
No.
Shorter than that?
Yeah.
And what is your relationship like, if any, with him?
Now?
Let's talk about before now.
Oh, we were cool.
Are you still cool now?
I don't know him right now. He been locked up for a couple of years. What, I ain't supposed to say that?
Disregard that.
And just listen to the question that I ask you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you know someone by the name of Yak?
Yes.
How long?
I got a question.
Do you need to talk to your lawyer?
No, I'm just trying to see. I ain't supposed to say that or something. Well,
Don't worry about it. Just move on to the next question.
all right.
How long have you known Yak?
I don't remember when I met him. I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay. Is it longer than you know any of these other people? The first three people I asked you about.
Not longer than I knew the Quays.
Okay.
I knew them when I was younger.
Okay.
I probably met Yak when I was about 18, 19, 18. When I started rapping seriously.
Next, Jeffrey Williams. How long have you known Mr. Williams?
Like the same thing as Yak.
Okay. And then Rodalius Ryan.
I've known him since a kid.
Are you older or younger than him?
Older.
Do you know how much older you are?
Not exactly. A couple of years though.
And do you have a nickname for him?
I can't hear you.
Do you have a nickname for him?
A nickname that I have for him?
Do you call him something?
Oh, LaRod.
What is your relationship like with, just generally, what is your relationship like? Good, bad, indifferent? What is your relationship like with Little Rod?
Right now?
Just period.
Oh, good relationship.
So there you have it. We have 5 different YSL members and associates, affiliates, and they all give slightly different answers, but some of them are saying YSL is a gang. Some of them are saying YSL is not a gang. What do you think? I know most of y'all, I think I know what most of y'all are going to say, but I still want you to let me know in the comments. So drop your comment. What do you think? Is YSL a gang in your opinion? Is it just a record label? Is it some kind of hybrid between both? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all back here for the next one.